Some say youngsters these days just don't care. All we know is we're about to prove everybody wrong. Welcome to the unique Radio Newark Sport. Bret Rhodes-Yeomans, that's the name to look out for. He plays for Newark Town Warriors under 10s and is a big Gareth Bale fan. He's going to tell us why later on. He also has the same hairstyle as his hero. So why is he chopping it all off? He's here and he's going to tell you that in a few minutes' time. It's Tuesday, so our Amber's with us. She's been to Liverpool. Christmas shopping or running? Find out at 7:20. And it's a busy time of the year for Newark Swimming Club, including the presentation night, galas, and county standards to achieve. If Neil Bilton gets off the M1 in time, he's going to talk all things swimming at 7:50. And in between all that, the man that sits alongside me is going to tell me of his sporting highlights in 2017. Both in the studio and out of the studio. So if you listened to last night's show, it's me and our dad. If you didn't, it's Mick Bradley and Tony Smith. The local stories and the national stories still to come. But first up, it's Bret. When I found out his hero was Gareth Bale, I thought it was fantastic, because everybody chooses the easy ones, don't they? You know, your Wayne Rooney's and for some reason and whatever. But Gareth Bale is a cracking footballer who keeps himself to himself. He gets on with it, keeps out of the limelight and does a good job. So I got thinking about my hero, footballing hero, who was somebody else that kept out of the limelight. Did a cracking job on the field, and very rarely you heard of him off the field. And then I found out 12 years ago today he passed away.
Who was that?
The best ever footballer this world has ever known. Georgie Best.
12 years then?
12 years today. Yeah. So I'm glad I'm talking about somebody's favourite footballer tonight, because I think that's a bit poignant.
I've got a similar hero that you never heard a thing wrong about. Frank Worthington.
Most people have never even heard of Frank Worthington. You can tell me later on why on earth somebody like Frank Worthington can be your hero, because I don't understand that.
Certainly can't tell you on there.
Two more quick ones. It's also a month today since Rangers sacked the manager and they haven't replaced him. And Everton have also been a month without a manager. It's not the manager that should have been sacked. It's the chief executive or the owners that should have been sacked. If you sack the pivotal person in the whole club and take a month to replace them in the middle of a football season, you want sacking.
If you sack anyone, you've got to have a plan B.
Well, they haven't got to plan anything, have they? Both of them.
I think they're down to plan Z. Certainly Allardyce is the answer.
Right. A young man in the studio tonight, and we do like having the youngsters in and showcasing Newark's sporting talent. So it's now time to say good evening, welcome to Radio Newark Sport, to Bret Rhodes-Yeomans. Hello, Bret.
Hello.
Hiya. Now then, we've read this story all about you. So you've come into the studio to tell us. But first of all, I want to find out a little bit about you. How long you been playing football?
I think just over 5 years.
Just over 5 years. And is football your favourite sport?
Yes.
Any other sports?
I do hockey.
Hockey? Do you play for anybody's hockey?
No.
But you like hockey. After the two, what's the most brutal? Hockey or football?
Probably football.
You think football? Keep playing hockey, you'll find out. Never ever play against the girls at hockey. No, you'll end up being injured.
Good advice.
Okay, so you're football. Are you a Newark lad? Was you born in Newark?
No.
Where are you from then?
Nottingham.
You're in Nottingham, but where do you live now then?
Farndon.
Farndon, you're Farndon now, but you play for Newark Town now. So how long have you played for Newark Town?
5 years.
So all the time you've been here, you started off with Newark and you've stuck with Newark, and it's the under 10 Warriors, is it?
Yes.
What sort of season is Bret and the under 10 Warriors having?
A good season.
A good season. Oh, come on then. That must mean we've got some victories then.
Yeah.
Come on then. Tell me a bit about the season so far. Where are you in the league? They don't do leagues, Dad, do they, at this age?
Yeah, they do.
They do. So where are you in the league?
I don't know. We've got 4 points, lost 1, drew 1, and won 1.
That's not so bad then, is it? And what position does Bret play?
Right, I can play anywhere.
Oh, like me. Anywhere.
Yeah. Except on the field. Really.
Except on the field, yes. What's your favourite position?
Probably up front or right wing.
Up front. Have you scored yet this season?
Yes.
So you heard it get in your eyes then?
I think I've scored 3 or more.
That's good going. Left-footed, right-footed?
Yeah.
Both? You're a good lad, you are.
Right.
And somebody's pointing as well. You also scored a header.
I've scored lots of headers.
Do you know how to head a ball properly? Where do you head a ball?
There.
In the forehead, good lad, that's the idea. Because it is important. There's a big thing on at the moment about heading balls and heading balls correctly. Who's your manager, your coach then?
Dean Douglas.
Is he good? He's
Yes.
probably listening, so you better be nice to him if you want to play on Saturday.
Yeah.
Dean Douglas, so he's in charge of the Warriors under 10s, is he?
Yes.
Good. Can you just put that towards Dad at the moment? Let's just bring Dad in, because it's always Mum or Dad when they come in here, because that's what you are. You're Dad. Do you go down there every Saturday then, Dad, and watch him?
Oh, every Saturday.
Saturday?
Yeah, they're most Saturdays. They're most Wednesdays for the training. Sometimes help out Dean Douglas when he needs it.
So what's your footballing pedigree?
Oh, mine. Oh, not as good as his. Not as good as his. When we were younger, there was 2 teams in Newark. It was like Newark Town or Grove Rangers, and now there's a wide variety of teams for these kids to play in, which is amazing.
I want to just get serious, because it's with what's going off at the moment with Alan Shearer and the dementia thing and the heading the ball. It'd be lovely to get a parent's perspective off of it, because obviously you've seen and read what they're talking about. And what is he, 9, 10?
Yeah, he's 10. 10 in 2 weeks.
He's 10 in 2 weeks. How do you feel about the potential problems? I mean, I tend to think they're probably blowing it out of all proportion. We've played football, and there's millions and millions of people play football, and yes, you can get head injuries. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But I mean, talking about stopping kids heading the ball and things like that, I don't know. What's a parent's thoughts on it?
From a parent's perspective, I've seen him score some outrageous headers, and you don't see many kids score headers from a corner or from crosses. You don't see a lot of at grassroots level. You don't see a lot of headers. And I've seen him score a few headers, and I've also seen him header a ball away from a long goalkeeper's kick, and you see it coming right out the air with snow on it sometimes. You know what I mean? It's coming out really high, and he's straight away looking to head that ball away. And it's not until after, and you see the research, that you do think, now you do kind of worry that if it is linked, and if there is cause for it to be linked to head trauma and concussions that happen. I'm not sure exactly what they can do about it, but definitely something does need to be looked into.
You can't wrap them in cotton wool either, can you? I mean, my grandchildren play rugby, you know, and they're just old enough now for scrums, and Grandma has a fit every time she sees it, but you can't just keep them at home all the time, can you?
Oh no, I don't think that's the case. I don't think it's a massive thing to keep them at home, and I just think it's to be wise with the evidence that's provided, with the research that we get. I think we can only look to make sure that they can play into their 20s and 30s and 40. You know, when they get to 30 and 40, that they.
But he's heading it right already, isn't he?
Oh, he is heading it right. Yeah,
he knows.
Yeah.
He keeps banging that. Just move that way a bit, Bret, because every time you bang that, it makes me go. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to find out what you're going to do with this Gareth Bale hairstyle. First of all, I'm just going to tell everybody what the local headlines are. Then it's back to you, and what you're going to do when you go to the hairdressers again. And in those local headlines, tutoring schools, sporting dominance continued with the district cross-country. Joseph Monk and Riley Picker led the way for the both boys and the girls team, returning to school with gold medals. Conor Meanwell won his ABA boxing match on Saturday. The Newark fighter is coached by Dean Sugden, and that was his first victory. Finlay Cranage gained his best result of the BMX season in round 3 of the Nottingham Outlaws Winter Series, gaining third place in the B final in a very cold and wet conditions. And the Newark Rugby Club Colts beat Stamford to strengthen their grip on the Welland Cup. Tryson Sam Booth, Jacob Pearson and Bob Skelton, seeing them over the line. And of course our Rugby Club Colts, second to none when it comes to junior rugby in the whole of the Midlands.
This is Radio Newark Sport.
And I'm not biased, but the girls are probably a bit better than that. Okay, young Bret. You've been growing your hair now for, what, 2 years nearly? A year and a half?
2 years, a year and a half.
And if you want to nip onto our, if you want to go on the social media, you can see a picture, and the hair is a bit longer than mine. Dan, past the shoulders. Yeah, I know you're pulling it down. It's past the shoulders and halfway down the back. What are you going to do now? What's next?
I'm going to be cutting it, like, not all of it off, only, like, a few of it off, and making it my old hairstyle I used to have, and go off to donate the Princess Trust.
Tell me what the Princess Trust is.
It's a charity where with like what makes wigs and
wigs for children that less better off than what you are.
Yeah. And they could have cancer and other like.
And what why are you doing this, Bret? What's made you think about this one?
How to make me think about growing my hair was mostly Gareth Bale.
And why are you thinking about losing all your hair? Why did you pick the Princess's Trust?
Giving it to someone who needs it.
It's actually a fantastic thought. And Mum's sitting very quietly at the back there, so just put that microphone right up to Mum. So I did wonder a bit earlier off if Mum was going to cut all their gorgeous hair off as well, but I was told no. In no uncertain terms, I was told no. Mum, it must be a bit of a nightmare for you to start with looking after his hair in the morning.
Yes.
So you wouldn't be complaining too much?
No. I have to do his hair every morning. I make sure I put it up in the famous man bun. I mean, his hair is just long enough to do a short wig for the little Princess Trust.
It's actually a lovely thought, isn't it? I mean, you know, from a 10-year-old, 9-year-old, that's almost the last thing you would expect them to think about. And here he is. Yeah. I just think it's wonderful. I really do.
Yeah. Well, what happened is last year I was in the barbers, and his older brother Ryan I was having his hair cut, and I said, Bret, are you going to have your cut? And he says, I don't want to have my hair cut. I was like, okay, we'll wait till next time then. Next time came, he says, I want to grow my hair. I was okay. And he says, I want my hair like Gareth Bale. And then he said, a few weeks after that, he said, then I want to donate it in a couple of years' time.
I think it's Tony. I think it's absolutely wonderful. We've got a young man in the studio now that actually is taking time out to think about youngsters. That's especially this time of year as well.
Yeah.
It's a lot less well off than he is.
It's a fantastic charity, but a fantastic decision.
It's young man, and I think Bret, you are definitely our star of the week. In fact, you're probably one of our stars of the year for doing that. Will you promise me one thing? When you've been to the hairdressers, get mum or dad to send me a photo so I can put it on the Radio Newark website, and we can show everybody then what the picture of you looking more like Wayne Rooney than Gareth Bale.
Yes.
Hey John, tell me how much money you raised.
I have.
Oh, you're raising money as well.
Yeah.
Good lad.
I've got a Just Giving page, and I've raised £160.
Oh, that's what? Yeah, one of these. Don't do them very often. But, yeah, 100, and that's even that. You are our star of the year. That's it, without a shadow of doubt. Mum, Dad, just very quickly, how anybody listening to this wants to go onto that Just Giving page, how do they do it?
They can just they can go on www.justgiving.com/BRY7. That's his moniker as such, BRY7. So yeah, just go there, and even if you can't donate anything, even if you can just share the page so it gets a big outreach, that'd be fantastic.
Just share the page, and the more people that know about it, the better. Well, I'm going to put a picture. I'm going to take a picture of him now, and if Mum and Dad say it's okay, put a picture on our Facebook site in the next couple of days, and then we'll have a before and after of Newark's very own Gareth Bale. Bret, thank you for coming in. Thank you for talking to us. We've really enjoyed talking to you tonight. And when are you going? When is this big haircut?
December.
December the
9th.
December the 9th. That's just before your birthday, isn't it?
It is.
Oh dear, short hair for your birthday. Well, Bret, it's fantastic what you're doing, and we really think you're an absolute star. Mum and Dad, thanks very much for bringing him. You should be so proud of him.
Thank you.
Radio Newark Sport. Brought to you with Smith's Timber Merchants. For all your fencing, decking and DIY needs on Appleton Gate, Newark. Visit smithstimber.co.uk.